Hello and assalamu alaikum from my side. My name is Syed Mahad and I am from my school academy foundation level 1 batch 7. This is my third colony session of level 1. We're going to be doing it with Vapi AI. These are my assistants. We're going to be talking to them. We have a wonderful notepad right over here, as you can see. Let me just open it fast. You can see here are our questions. They're on the topic. You don't find happiness, you created something like that. I don't remember. So let's just start, okay? Let's just start. Let's just quit. Yeah. Talk.
Hello.
What does happiness truly mean to you?
It sounds like you're asking what happens if happiness depends strongly on material things, or
No, no.
what does it mean when
I'm
happiness is
saying,
strongly tied to
what does
material wealth?
happiness mean to
Here's a
you?
concise take. Short term. Got it. Could you? Hey, how can I help? If you want, to me, happiness is a felt sense of alignment. Your needs are mostly met, your actions match your values, and your relationships give and receive care. It isn't constant euphoria. It's a steady baseline of okayness with sparks of joy, meaning, and connection. A few pieces that tend to make it sturdier: safety and health, enough rest, food, and stability to relax your nervous system. Relationships, being seen, valued, and able to show up for others. Purpose, doing things that matter to you, even when they're hard. Autonomy and growth, some control over your choices and chances to learn. Appreciation, noticing small good moments. Gratitude and awe amplify them. It's also dynamic. Grief, stress, and uncertainty still happen. Happiness is partly the capacity to experience those honestly and return to balance rather than avoiding them. What does it mean to you?
Uh, it just it just means nothing to me. Why do people often think happiness needs to be found in some way? Hello? Okay, I don't know what happened, but I mean it's okay. We can almost start in the window. Why do people often think happiness needs to be found in some way?
A few common forces make happiness feel like something out there we have to find. Cultural storytelling. Many societies link happiness to milestones: school, career, marriage, home ownership. So it's framed as a prize at the end of a path rather than a capacity we can cultivate now. Consumer marketing. Advertising equates happiness with products, experiences, and upgrades, reinforcing the idea that it's acquired externally and later. Evolutionary bias. Our brains are tuned to scan for problems and future threats. This negativity, bias, and future oriented planning can make present contentment feel unsafe or undeserved unless certain conditions are met. Social comparison. Constant exposure to curated lives makes it seem like others have the missing piece we need to obtain. Hedonic adaptation. We quickly normalize gains. When the new fades, it feels like happiness slipped away, so we look for the next source. Identity narratives. It can be easier to imagine a future self who is happy once I become X than to engage the messy work of emotional regulation, values alignment, and daily habits now. Ambiguity avoidance. Finding implies a clear target. It feels simpler than exploring complex interstates like meaning, connection, or acceptance. Control and causality. External goals offer measurable steps and a sense of control, whereas cultivating well being, gratitude, mindfulness, relationships can feel intangible and slow. A more helpful reframing is that happiness is partly a skill and partly a byproduct. Skill, practices like attention training, gratitude, savoring, self compassion, and prosocial acts reliably raise baseline well being. Byproduct, when actions align with values, relationships are tended, and we accept inevitable discomfort, contentment emerges as a side effect, not a trophy. So rather than hunting for happiness, most people benefit from designing daily conditions, habits, mindsets, and relationships that let it frequently arise.
All right. Um, what's the difference between temporary pleasure and true happiness? Please give me a short answer. Hello? Is my mic not working or something? Let me check. It's working. It's working fine. Why is this happening? Oh my god. You know what? You know what? I don't care. I'm just gonna choose this one. I don't care. Please hear me. Exiting meeting because you want to leave. What the heck? Please don't say that again. Okay, I think I got it right now.
Hi there, this is Alex from Tech Solutions Customer Support. How can I help you today?
What's the difference between temporary pleasure and true happiness?
It sounds like you're asking a more philosophical question rather than something specifically related to Tech Solutions products or services. Could you clarify or let me know if this might tie into any of our tools or solutions you're using? I'd be happy to help if it relates to Taskmaster Pro, Secure Shield, or Business Flow.
What's the difference between temporary pleasure and true happiness?
I see you're diving into some deeper thoughts. While I specialize in assisting with Tech Solutions products and services, happiness, whether temporary or
Okay, oh my god, this guy doesn't. You know what? Let me just create a new assistant. I don't care. I think he has like something, one of these. I'm just gonna name it Anthony. That's a good name. Wait, what? Guys, I'm so sorry for the interruption, man. This is just messing up, bro. I don't know. Honestly, I don't even know why. Finally. Okay, our new assistant. It should load. Going to refresh. Okay. Oh my god, guys, I'm so sorry for the interruption. You know what? Let me just come back when everything's fixed. Oh, we're back. We're back. Okay. I just made our new assistant. Let's just talk to him, and I hope he listens. What's the difference between temporary pleasure and true happiness? I meant
it seems like you're
temporary pleasure.
now I get your question. You're asking about the difference between temporary pleasure and true happiness. Great question. Let me break it down for you. Temporary pleasure. Definition. Temporary pleasure is a fleeting, short term feeling of enjoyment or gratification. It often stems from external factors. Examples: eating your favorite junk food, buying something new, partying, or scrolling through social media. Characteristics: feels good in the moment but usually fades quickly. It can sometimes leave you feeling empty or craving more, often tied to instant gratification or external rewards. Can become addictive if you keep chasing it to escape from deeper emotions. True happiness. Definition: true happiness or fulfillment is a long lasting state of contentment, peace, and meaning. It comes from within and isn't dependent on external circumstances. Examples: feeling gratitude, having meaningful relationships, pursuing your passions, growing as a person, or living in alignment with your values. Characteristics: deeper and more sustainable than temporary pleasure. Arises from internal growth and meaningful experiences. Often takes time and effort.
Okay, it's my connection. Why? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Let me just do it again. To what? Oh no, I accidentally opened Copilot. Go off. Okay, one more time. One more time. One more time.
Hello.
Can happiness exist without success?
Success can bring a profound sense of happiness, as it often signifies the
Wait,
achievement
wait.
of goals and the fulfillment of aspirations. This happiness stems from the validation of one's efforts, the recognition of overcoming challenges, and the joy of seeing hard work pay off. It boosts confidence and motivation,
Wait,
often leading to,
wait.
of course, let me.
I said, can happiness exist without success?
You're absolutely right. Happiness does indeed exist. It can often be found in
Uh,
moments of connection,
wait.
accomplishment. Sure, take your time. Let me know how I can assist you further.
Can happiness exist without success?
Yes, happiness can absolutely exist without traditional notions of success. While success is often associated with achieving goals or milestones,
Finally.
happiness is a deeper, more personal feeling that can stem from a variety of sources, including relationships, self acceptance, inner peace, or simply appreciating the present moment. True happiness often comes from within, regardless of external achievements. For many, it arises from living authentically, practicing gratitude, and finding joy, in everyday experiences, even without societal measures of success. Success might amplify happiness at times, but happiness itself doesn't always depend on it.
How does happiness differ from person to person? How does happiness differ from person to person? Hello?
Happiness differs from person to person because it is deeply personal and influenced by individual values, experiences, cultural backgrounds, personality traits, and perceptions. What brings joy to one person might not resonate with another, as people hold unique perspectives. Japan If you're asking about how the Japanese language differs from
No,
person to person,
I
it can vary
meant
depending. Uh, I see. You might
how
be
does
asking how being
happiness
Japanese or
differ from person to person?
apologies for the earlier confusion. Let's focus on how happiness can differ from person to person. One, personal values. People prioritize different things in life, such as family, career, health, leisure, etc. What makes one person happy might not be as significant to another. Two, life experiences, past experiences shape how individuals perceive and seek happiness. Someone who has faced adversity might find happiness in stability, while another might find it in adventure and new experiences. 3. Cultural influences. Culture plays a significant role in defining what happiness means. In some cultures, collective harmony and family might be the primary sources of happiness, whereas in others, individual achievement and independence are valued more. 4. Personality. Introverts might find happiness in quiet personal activities, while extroverts might find it in social interactions and group activities. 5. Goals and aspirations. Different ambitions and dreams mean that success and fulfillment vary greatly between individuals. One person's idea of happiness might involve professional achievements, while another's might involve personal relationships or activities they enjoy. 6. Stage of life. Priorities and sources of happiness can change as people move through different phases of life: childhood, adolescence, adulthood, and old.
Oh my god, I'm tired of doing this. Guys, I'll be back with my connection better. Okay, so we're back in the game. Sorry for the internet interruption we had before. Uh, just give Anthony a call now. What question were we at? Okay, this one. Okay.
Oh,
Is happiness a goal or a state of being?
happiness can be both a goal and a state of being, depending on how you perceive and approach it. 1. Happiness as a goal. Many people view happiness as something to strive for, believing that achieving specific milestones, acquiring certain possessions, or fulfilling desires will lead to happiness. In this perspective, happiness is seen as an outcome tied to external circumstances, achievements, or future events. 2. Happiness as a state of being. Alternatively, happiness can be experienced as a state of mind or a way of living in the present moment, independent of external conditions. It involves cultivating gratitude, acceptance, and awareness, focusing on internal well being rather than external factors. In this sense, happiness is less about achieving something and more about how we choose to perceive and interact with the world. Ultimately, whether happiness is considered a goal or a state of being may depend on personal beliefs and life philosophy. Many argue that sustainable happiness comes from within. It is found in how we approach life rather than what we gain from it.
Okay. Why do people search for happiness outside themselves? Oh no. Hello? Oh my god, not again. Oh my gosh. Okay, then we'll have to do this again. I hate these interruptions.
Hello.
Why do people search for happiness outside themselves?
The search for happiness outside oneself is a common human experience, often rooted in the ways we are socially conditioned, biologically wired, and influenced by cultural narratives. There are a few reasons why people tend to look outward rather than inward for happiness. 1. Cultural and societal, such as wealth, status, relationships, physical beauty, or material possessions. This creates the belief that happiness is something to be obtained rather than cultivated internally. 2. Comparison and social expectations. Humans are social creatures who often compare their lives to others. In the age of social media, this is amplified, making external validation, likes, approval, and external images of success seem like quick paths to happiness. Three, biological wiring and reward systems. Our brains are wired to seek rewards and to avoid pain. Short term pleasures, like buying a new item or achieving a certain milestone, create a dopamine release, associating happiness with external sources. However, this tends to be fleeting rather than lasting.
Okay, okay.
Our four, fear of
Um,
self reflection. True happiness often requires deep inner work involving mindfulness.
how can we tell if we're genuinely happy or just distracted? Oh my god, I'm gonna die of doing this. This one was really bad, guys. I'm so sorry. We just have to call it again and again. I guess. I'm gonna go. I don't care now. How can we tell if we're genuinely happy or just distracted?
It's possible to be both
I
genuinely
meant,
happy.
how can we tell if we're genuinely happy or distracted?
Distinguishing between genuine happiness and being distracted can be subtle, but there are a few ways to help you differentiate. One, reflection. Take a moment to pause and reflect on your feelings. Genuine happiness often stems from a deep sense of fulfillment and contentment, whereas distraction is more about diverting attention from something else without necessarily feeling truly satisfied. Two, longevity. Genuine happiness tends to be more enduring. Consider whether your feelings of happiness are fleeting
Okay,
and
that's it.
tied to specific activities or distractions, or if they persist even in quieter or more introspective moments. Three, purpose. Think about whether your activities align with your values and long term goals. Genuine happiness often comes from engaging in meaningful activities, while
Okay,
distractions
wait, wait,
might
wait.
provide temporary relief without deeper significance. Four, emotional range. It seems like you didn't finish your thought. Feel free to continue or ask more questions if you'd like. I'm here to help.
What are some myths about happiness? Okay, I finally got it. The thing that's happening over here, it hears me really late. It doesn't respond so fast, you can say. But I'll go for like one more question, okay? One more last. I'm done. I'm tired of this. What are some myths about happiness?
Here are some bite sized ideas about happiness. It's often a byproduct. Happiness tends to arise when you're engaged in meaningful activity, not when you chase it directly. Small wins matter. Tiny, regular sources of joy. A walk, a favorite song, a text to a friend compound over time. Attention is key. What you focus on grows. Noticing good moments trains your brain to see more of them. Connection over perfection. Quality relationships consistently outpace achievements in predicting sustained happiness. Purpose and progress. Feeling that your actions matter and seeing incremental progress boosts well being. Gratitude shifts the baseline. Writing down three things you're grateful for a few times a week can lift mood and reduce stress. Move your body. Even short bouts of physical activity can improve mood and energy quickly. Sleep is emotional regulation. Adequate sleep makes positive emotions more accessible and negative ones less sticky. Kindness pays twice. Acts of kindness help the receiver and measurably improve the giver's mood. Expect waves, not the plateau. Happiness fluctuates. Aiming for emotional flexibility beats trying to feel good all the time. Align values with time. Use your time on what you truly value. Misalignment is a common happiness drain. Stimulation versus satisfaction. Novelty can spike pleasure, but mastery and deep engagement create lasting contentment. Mindset matters. Interpreting setbacks as challenges rather than failures supports resilience and happier outcomes. Nature effect. Brief time outdoors, especially in green spaces, reduces rumination and lifts mood. Reduce friction, simplifying routines and environments. Less clutter, clear plans, frees mental space for joy. Meaningful goals, humane pace. Pursue goals that matter at a pace that preserves your well being. Social media hygiene. Curate feeds, set time limits, compare less, connect more. Self compassion beats self criticism. Treating yourself kindly after mistakes leads to motivation and better mood.
Okay,
Autonomy
that's
counts.
it. That's it.
Having a say in how you live and work is strongly linked to happiness.
All right. That is it for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like this video. Subscribe for more call any sessions like this. I know this one was like really disturbing, and you guys couldn't really I couldn't really do some a lot of things or ask so many questions. But I think that's it for today. Once that has been said, bye and Allah Hafiz. I'll meet you in the next one. Bye.